Hey guys, James Wilson-Taylor here for Rock Sound. Backstage at 2000 Trees, Jimmy Eat World headline tonight. Jim and Zach join me now. How are you, gentlemen?
Kicking a whole lot of ass.
I am glad to hear it, absolutely. Especially as now, finally, live shows are back and you're finally back in the UK. We've missed you over here, boys. We really have.
We've missed it a lot too.
Yeah.
It's really, really good to be back.
Yeah, especially as the UK always has embraced you guys so much. I feel like, those crowds always go particularly hard for Jimmy Eat World shows, right? It's got to be nice to finally be able to actually be back touring over here.
Yeah, I think in the UK specifically, it seems like people have sort of made up their mind they're going to have fun before they go out.
That's very true.
You don't have to win over the cool police. People are just like, I'm in.
Yeah. It's the Jimmy Eat World show. We're going to go out. We're going to have a good time. They're already prepped, bringing their A game, man.
It makes all the sense in the world, and I respect it. And as a performer in front of it, it's a great feeling.
Absolutely. Bit of extra fun there for sure. Well, let's get into what you guys have kind of been working on. Obviously, the most recent thing we've heard is that single Something Loud. Really, really great, man. Like, really, really kind of quintessential sound that you guys do. So good. Tell me a little bit about when that one kind of came together and the writing process, I guess, behind it.
Yeah. It's an idea that's been kicking around for a little while. I guess, it's about, over the last couple of years, I guess we've had a whole lot of time just to sit around in our own heads and be thinking about stuff.
Yeah.
And, just being excited to get out here and play again. It's just sort of offered a moment to kind of reflect on things and, kind of look at things with a new light of appreciation and like where we've come from and where we've been, and it's just about the rock and roll experience.
Yeah. I heard a little bit somewhere that someone was saying that incredible, insane lineup for When We Were Young that's coming later in the year. I heard that was almost maybe not an inspiration point, but certainly like something that made you reflect in that kind of similar way.
Yeah, sure.
Right?
Because I guess a lot of those bands on that show are kind of, part of like the scene that we spent a lot of time sleeping on floors and playing to nobody in.
Yeah.
And then to have that be very popular all of a sudden is just sort of like, that's weird. Like none of those people were around when we were actually like doing that. And the fact that like it still connects with everybody is or a large amount of people, it's just I don't know. It gives you pause.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be an incredible show, that, by the way, later in the year. I cannot wait for that. It's going to be absolutely outrageous. In terms of other new music stuff, Jim, I remember the last time I spoke with you was actually seems like a long time ago, but mid-pandemic, one of those Zoom calls, one of those many, many Zoom calls I ended up doing during that time. But I remember you saying that you had been working on a song that you would it was like one song you couldn't get out of your head. You just kept working on this one song for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. Did that end up being Something Loud, or is that something else we've heard yet?
No, that's something different.
Okay, interesting. Is it completed yet? Is it something you guys have all worked on together? Or what can you tell us?
I sort of couldn't start anything else until I completed that, and then I completed that, and then
it came together.
Yeah, and then I found other things to really obsess about.
Absolutely. And how was that working process for all you guys, I suppose? Because obviously you were far apart. What was the communication like in terms of, for the rest of you guys? For the rest of you guys, when you were starting to work on that new music, and obviously you couldn't get in the same room, how was that kind of experience for you guys?
We kind of didn't really start working on any new music until sort of as the pandemic ended.
Right, sure.
We had done we really started meeting together and rehearsing for our Phoenix sessions that we did during the pandemic. But it wasn't really doing any new music, formally getting together and working things out until later on. So, but once that was we felt comfortable enough to meet in the studio, we just started hammering out, it was nice because we were sort of kind of going back and forth on what we wanted to do, and then when we kind of decided on a chorus and we hired our friend Justin Melville Johnson to help.
Amazing, right?
He was a nice kind of kick in the shorts too, of just getting the process going of putting the songs together and scheduling things. But once we did that, it was just kind of back to, it was like riding a bike, because we were just back in it, and we felt really, the cool thing is we felt really good about the material, so that made it easier. But it was a great experience. It felt like, this, we've been waiting for the moment before we felt like we could break through the wall and start working on new stuff. And once we did that, I feel like it is just a really good feeling.
Man, exciting to hear what comes next. John, I'm glad you mentioned those Phoenix sessions as well, because what was so lovely about that time in a way was that, everyone adapted, everyone tried to do their own kind of live stream thing, but everyone did it in such very different ways and really kind of appealing to their own fan bases and making it unique in their own. I want to know from you guys with those Phoenix sessions, what were the moments on those albums where you had to go, wait, how does this go again? Because obviously there's loads of tracks on each of those albums that are always in the set. What were the moments you had to revisit and go, wait a minute, let's work this one out?
I think there was some stuff on Futures where we were literally looking up YouTube videos that fans had made of us playing songs live.
Amazing.
And we were like, wait, how did we do this? And so we were kind of laughing at the irony of like, there's a kid at our show a long time ago taking a video of us, and little did he know in the future we'd be watching that video, trying to learn what in the hell we were doing on stage when he was doing it. And so there was a few times where I think like Night Drive was one of those.
Just tonight, we went back and kind of re-planned out what everyone was doing,
right,
to make it sound a little bit more like the things that were happening on the record. That happens a lot, like even outside of this Phoenix session things. You'll be playing a song, and like little things will happen over time, and then they sort of become, I guess, canon, and you just do it.
Yeah, sure.
And then after a while, the song is like veered off this way, and every once in a while it's kind of good to go back and like listen, like, oh wait a minute, there's this guitar thing happening here that no one's really doing anymore. Maybe we should put that back in there. So it was an opportunity for that.
Little readjustments here and there. That makes a lot of sense. Speaking of the set list as well, I'm very excited for the show tonight, boys. I really am, because it feels like you're almost taking requests from inside my head on this set list that you're playing in the minute. It's outrageous. And first and foremost, opening with Futures, which is just such a brilliant, brilliant opener. I've got to know, it seems obvious in a way, but that decision to bring that back at the top of the set, that makes all the sense in the world to me. But you guys must feel that as well. There's something about that song that I feel like really kicks off a show in a way, right?
Yeah, we feel like it's a good one. Like the casual fan might know it.
That's fair. That's always a good place to start.
And if you are a fan of us, you probably have that record, and since it's the first song on that record, you probably heard it before. So
hey, always a good, sensible place to start with that. In terms of live shows kind of coming forward, you've just announced this kind of homecoming show with other local heroes, the Maine, who we absolutely love at Roxanne. What a lineup that is! I mean, you've got to be excited to be able to actually do something like that, because that feels like a real event you've built there on that lineup, right? Anything special planned for that kind of particular show so far?
I think for us, it's like the first time that we played at home, like a proper headlining show in Phoenix, where there weren't any weird circumstances where we were opening for someone. We haven't done that since like 2015. So it's been a really long, it's been like 8 years, so, or 7 years. So I think just, it felt like the right thing to do to partner with like the Maine and make it like kind of a big deal, and it should be a really fun show. We're looking forward to it.
Absolutely. Guys, really looking forward to the set tonight. So lovely to have you back in the UK, and can't wait for more new music. All right, take care of yourself.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Thanks for having us.
Good to see you guys. Jimmy World, everybody.